Thanks for joining us. Well, the FCC has proposed new rules to crack down on robotexts and robocalls.
The new rules are designed to close existing loopholes that allow some automated calls to bypass current regulations. Professor of Advanced Media in Residence at the Newhouse School of Public Communications, Shelly Palmer, is here with more. Shelly, good morning. We were just talking. I've gotten a ton of these texts kind of purporting to be election research firms trying to gather information. How are these rules going to help tamp those down?
Well, the new rules are proposed to stop AI from generating these calls, both robocalls and robotexts. The text you're getting, either you opted in, which I seriously doubt, or you're just being bulk texted, and it's totally illegal now, and they're going to try and tamp down on it even more. Political texts can only be sent to you manually if you haven't opted into, a party, or you haven't opted in to get them. And if you get an automated text, what you can do is you can actually text back the word spam, S-P-A-M, or you can text to 72 spam, or you can text just copy it and forward it to 7726, and the FCC is going to try and figure it out. At the moment, this is a giant problem because manual texting for political purposes is actually legal, even though the automated texting isn't.
So, Shelly, it sounds like it really falls on the telecom company, right, to really kind of intercede and stop the robocalls from going through. So are there any consequences if they don't hold up their end?
At the moment, the consequences are, do exist, but they're not very fierce, and there's not a lot of political will. When you think about it, everybody is making money here. The politicians or the companies that are sending the texts are making money. The phone companies are making money. It's just annoying all of us. This is true of the calls as well as the texts, and the texts are getting out of hand. What I would suggest everybody do right now is forward every robo-text you get that you didn't want. Just forward it to 7726. And what I do with robocalls is I literally silence unknown callers. You can do that in both Android and iOS. So what you can do is just make sure that you're silencing people you don't know. It'll look at the caller ID. If it doesn't recognize the ID, it'll send it straight to voicemail. You can still call the people back. You'll still get the voicemail, but you won't get the annoying call on your smartphone, which can be incredibly annoying.
And Shelly, these new rules, do you feel like they'll accomplish this, or there will still be loopholes that will be exploited?
As long as the political loophole is there, Robert, there's nothing we're going to do. We're just going to have to grin and bear it. I love the idea that the FCC is trying to crack down on AI-generated calls and texts, but in practice, we're going to keep getting them. So we have to, you can type stop to try and stop it. You can just delete it and report it, but ultimately, I don't have high hopes for this regulation. The more annoyed you are, write to your elected officials. Something's got to be done, and you're right. The phone companies could stop it. Do they really want to? Doesn't seem so.
Yeah, and the horse is already out the barn. Now you're trying to chase them down and wrangle them back in. Shelly, always a pleasure. We appreciate you. So you said if you get any more annoying spam calls, robocalls, to forward it to 7726.
You get a spam text, you forward it to 7726. That's one of the best things you can do. And if you're literally getting too many robocalls, just silence unknown callers. It's in your settings.
And it's easy. Shelly Palmer, always a pleasure. Thank you.
He always teaches us something.
Always.
Thanks, Shell.